Rules of the Road, Lecture Number 6. Objective. The objective of this lecture is to understand the rules and regulations of the main roads. These are the main modules which we will discuss in this lecture. Rules of freeway, common traffic offences and accidents, planning for suitable route, eco-driving. Let's start with the first module, that is, Rules of Freeway. Rules of Freeway. In this module, you will learn about freeways. A freeway, also known as highway, is a multi-lane road, especially designed for the smooth flow of traffic. Freeway driving is different from driving on a regular road because there is a high volume of traffic moving at high speed. On freeway, traffic going in each direction is separated by a central median or barrier, mostly composed of concrete formations. Traffic moves in each direction without stops, and there are no intersections, sharp curves, traffic signals, or pedestrian crossings. Instead, drivers enter and exit freeways using exit and entrance ramps that allow vehicles to seamlessly merge into and out of traffic. As the traffic moves faster on freeways, so driving can be more challenging. Frequent lane changing, tailgating, fatigued drivers, high-speed vehicles, sudden slowing or stopping are inherent risks when driving on freeway. Moreover, on the freeway, perception, reaction, and stopping distance can also be increased. Therefore, while driving on a freeway, motorists should be alert and be aware of their surroundings. They should take into account the variety of other vehicles, such as heavy vehicles and motorcycles. Heavy vehicles' speed limit is lower than the speed limit for light vehicles, and their lane use is also controlled. They have dedicated lanes on the freeway which are clearly defined with the help of road signs. They must obey the lane discipline for safe driving. Likewise, other motorists must be careful, as the heavy vehicles have huge blind spots around them. On the freeway, motorcycles below 80 cc are not allowed due to safety reasons. Moreover, riders should maintain the optimum lane position which allows them to be seen. It will also help them to see well ahead so they can spot problems early and provides a safe buffer from surrounding vehicles. Similarly, other vehicles must be careful and should try to stay away from them. In general, there are certain procedures to use the freeway safely for all types of motor vehicles. Motorists must be careful while entering the freeway, on the freeway, leaving the freeway. Let's see one by one these aspects of the freeway. Entering the freeway. Freeway roads normally have entry ramps or acceleration ramps, which give time for the motorists to build up or adjust the speed. On these ramps, there is also a sign that indicates the beginning of the freeway. Apart from this, there is also a sign for the merging traffic. Motorists should be careful on the entry ramps about the speed limits and the curves. The following steps can help the motorists to enter a freeway smoothly and safely. Check the current flow of traffic on the freeway when approaching the entry ramp. Avoid stopping on the entry ramp unless it is absolutely necessary. Maintain a safe separation gap according to the type of vehicle. Adjust the speed on the entry ramp for merging smoothly onto freeway lanes. Check mirrors and blind spots. Change lane when it is safe to do so. After entering the freeway, check mirrors again and increase the speed gradually to match with the traffic stream and switch off the indicator. On the freeway. After entering the freeway safely, motorists are part of the fast-moving traffic stream. Motorists must take the safety precautions while driving on freeway, as its relevant hazards are different from other roads. Let's see what motorists should do and what they should not do while driving on freeways. Freeway do's. When traveling on a freeway, motorists are advised to do the following. Always plan the route in advance and allow plenty of time to reach the destination. Maintain the position in the proper lane at all times. Pay attention to all traffic signs. Use the directional and guide signs to choose the appropriate lane well in advance. Watch the variable message signs as it may advise motorists of potential hazards on freeway. Drive at a safe speed under the legal limit that shall not interfere with traffic already on the freeway. Maintain safe separation distance from other vehicles. Use the mirrors frequently and before changing lanes. Make sure to check blind spots properly. Freeway don'ts. When traveling on a freeway, motorists should not do the following. Do not violate the legal speed limit. Do not reverse or drive against the flow of traffic. Do not operate a non-motorized vehicle on or near a freeway. Avoid using the leftmost lane unless overtaking. Do not stop or park on the hard shoulder except in case of an emergency. Do not pick up or set down anybody on a freeway. In addition to these, while driving on the freeways, motorists must consider freeway speed limits, lane discipline, freeway services, rest areas, laybys. Freeway speed limits. Speed limits are usually higher on freeways, so it can be quite demanding for the motorists, especially for the novice driver. Therefore, they must adapt the speed according to the situation. Usually, speed limits on freeways are light motor vehicle 120 km per hour, heavy vehicle 80 km per hour, minimum speed 60 km per hour. It is important to remember that no one has the right to exceed the maximum speed limit except emergency vehicles. Therefore, motorists should drive within the speed limit to avoid any accident or traffic violation. At the same time, motorists must not drive below the set minimum speed limit for normal condition, as it may disrupt the traffic and can lead to a dangerous situation. The law states, vehicles must not be driven below the set minimum speed or at an unnecessarily slow speed which will impede or block the normal and reasonable movement of traffic. Article 40, Executive Bylaw, UAE Federal Traffic Law, November 21, 1995. Lane discipline. Lane discipline is choosing the correct lane at appropriate time and keeping the vehicle within the lines of the marked lane. Lack of lane discipline is one of the leading causes of the fatal accident. It can also cause motorists to become involved in a road rage incident and may attract fines. Usually, the bad lane discipline is the result of lack of observation, weak anticipation, and poor forward planning. Therefore, motorists must plan well in advance and select an appropriate lane to maintain the lane discipline at all times. To select the suitable lane, they should always drive in a lane that gives them the best vision and space around them. On the freeway, the basic rule for lane selection is very simple. Motorists can join the road at a safe speed to merge with the traffic in lane 1, which is the first driving lane. After joining lane 1, if motorists wish to drive at a faster speed or to move away from heavy vehicles traveling in lane 1, then they will need to overtake by using lane 2. To do this maneuver safely, they must use the indicators to show their intention, check their mirrors and blind spots. To move again from lane 2 to lane 3, they should go through the same procedure and must ensure that the other vehicles are not obstructed and should match with the speed of vehicles in the lane 3. Similarly, the higher number lanes, lane 3, lane 4 or above, can be used to overtake the obstructing or slow-moving vehicles. Motorists must move back to the lower number lanes as soon as they have space around them, and it is safer for them to continue in that particular lane. Tip: always be patient in the traffic queues and avoid changing lanes unnecessarily. Freeway services, rest areas and lay-by. Driving continuously for long hours, especially on freeways, can be dangerous for motorists. Therefore, it is advisable to take at least a 15-minute break for every 2 hours. Motorists can stop at rest areas to take rests or use the freeway services. These areas are available at different intervals on the freeways. Motorists can spot them easily with the help of relevant signs along with the countdown markers. One of the safest places to stop on the freeway is the petrol stations. Usually there are many services available beside the filling station, like mini-mart and fast food outlets, rest area, mosque, automobile repair shop, air compressor and radiator water hose, and short-term parking. Apart from this, Road and Transport Authority has built the rest areas or lay-bys for the heavy vehicles on the major freeways. Heavy vehicle drivers can stop in these areas to take long or short breaks, wait during the restricted timings, and check loads or vehicles.